Hey everyone, today we're going to be going for a ride on the WoW trail in Midway, Utah. Today I'm riding my Surly ice cream truck. It's set up with a 29 plus wheel set and it's single speed. So this will be an interesting bike for this trail. It's essentially 10 miles of downhill. There is about 300 feet of climbing that comes mostly in the first couple of miles. And then it's basically downhill the rest of the way. It's not super steep over that. It's a pretty gradual descent, so a little bit of pedaling. But overall, it's a really great trail with insane views.
Sorry, I don't have any suspension, so that stuff sucks.
The trail's rated blue, but I think it depends on what time of year you go. Blue trails seem to have a pretty wide spectrum. Some of them are really easy, and then some of them are a lot more technical. And I think as you go throughout the year on this trail, it ends up being a little more technical. Rocks and roots get exposed, a lot more braking bumps and things like this. And still saw some kids on the trail, 10, 11 years old, but it was definitely more technical than I thought it would be. About 90%, maybe more, of the climbing is all right here. It's after the first mile or two, and you're basically just trying to get up and over a ridge so that you can go down the other side. It's not too steep, but I was struggling a little bit. This was only my fourth ride maybe on a single speed, and I didn't quite have my lungs or my legs yet, so it was not terrible. I'm huffing and puffing just because I'm not used to the gear yet.
Oh, I bet that's fun. Coming the other way. You okay? The crank? Oh, did you take them off when you shipped it? That's weird. Brake bumps.
A lot of the trail is cut into the side of the hill. It's not too bad most of the time, but there are several exposed areas. So if you have an issue with that, this might make you a little uncomfortable, but for the most part, you don't really have to worry about it. I've ridden much worse than this.
Wow. That's freaking sick. That was...
There are a few areas where you're taking switchbacks quite a bit, but none of them are so tight that you feel like you need to get off or anything like that, or where it's even tricky to make the turn. There might be one or two that are, but for the most part, they flow really well and you can get around them pretty easily. Every single person I rode with this day fell at least once. In my case, it was right here on this pretty easy turn. I just came out of the trees, got really distracted by the view, and missed the turn.
Oh no, I rolled. Woo!
I'll take a turn.
No, I'm good. It wasn't that. It was my tire washed out.
My favorite section of the whole trail was the section on one of the ridges where it got pretty rocky and it became a little more technical. This is just my absolute favorite kind of trail, and so I had a blast on this section. As you're riding along the side of the ridge, a lot of the time it's a little bit rolly. So you're going mostly down, but you have some rollers, so you're going up a little bit. You didn't have to pedal too much, but there was a little bit of pedaling in there, but nothing bad at all. And a lot of times you could actually just kind of keep going and roll through it if you had enough momentum. Unfortunately, since I was on the single speed, I could only really start pedaling once I was going about 13 or 14 miles an hour. Other than that, I was just kind of spinning. Right around this point in the trail, I was leading. I had 3 friends behind me, and they gave me a call and said that one of them had snapped a chain. They were gonna try and figure it out. So I ended up waiting right here by these trees for a while, and they ended up not having the right link for it, so he ended up having to just ride without a chain on the way down. As you can see right here, as he's just kicking off the ground and then just rolling. I decided to let him go first so that we didn't lose him behind us. The lower we got on the trail, the smoother it got. My camera actually died before we reached the very end of the trail, but there was only about maybe half a mile left. It ended up taking us a little over an hour. It was a super fun trail. I want to go back and ride it before the winter hits. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you haven't ridden this trail and you're in Utah or you're visiting Utah, definitely go check it out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and go check me out on Instagram at Ride Year Round, and I'll see you guys next time.